There are 10 races to go in the 2024 Formula 1 season, and today, everybody, I'm going to see what's going to happen in the next 10 Formula 1 races here on the F1 24 game without Max Verstappen. So who will really come out on top between everybody? Will it be Lando Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out. My name is Chris. Welcome back to CFRacing and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, what's going on? Chris here, otherwise known as CFRacing, and today, everybody, like I said in the intro, I'm simulating the next and final 10 races starting in the Netherlands and ending up in Abu Dhabi. And yes, I am adding the 3 sprints, and I believe it's Qatar, Circuit of the Americas, and Brazil. Those are also going to be added in here. And once again, I did take out Max Verstappen in this because I think I did this simulation before, and Max Verstappen won all 10 races. So I'm like, hey, what should I do? And I decided to be Max Verstappen and make him qualify last and DNF from every single race. So we'll see. Can Lando Norris take everything, or could Charles Leclerc, Hamilton, like I said? Who really knows? But that being said, guys, hit that like button and subscribe for more F1 experiments like this. The game is kind of hard to mod right now. I don't know. It's not in the best state, but I'm trying my best to get some good videos out for you guys. And with that being said, enjoy the video. Race 1 in the Netherlands was won by Lando Norris, with Fernando Alonso P2 and Lance Stroll 3rd. What the heck? What type of upgrades did the Aston Martins bring? And I checked this, I swear, like 4 times, and I still spelled Lance Stroll's name wrong. Oh my goodness. Carlos Sainz finished 4th, followed by Piastri 5th, Perez in P6. That's pretty self-explanatory. Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc 7, 8, 9. I don't know what happened to those 3, but they didn't have a good race. And Yuki finished P10, with Alonso having the fastest lap, and Lando Norris had pole. And I guess Aston Martin upgrades worked for like the first time ever. Race 2 in Monza. Oh, here we go. We got Charles Leclerc taking the win. There's just some things you just simply love to see, and this is one of them. He finishes P1 in Monza with Lando Norris P2 and Oscar Piastri P3. Once again, cars are on their regular performance. This is not equal cars or anything. Sergio Perez finishes 4th, followed by Alonso 5th, Russell 6th, Sainz P7, Stroll P8, Hamilton P9, Albon P10. Leclerc had fastest lap and pole, and guess what? He got the Grand Slam. That's pretty epic. Race 3 in Baku was a back-to-back win for Charles Leclerc. Some things, like I said, you just love to see, as he wins in Baku with George Russell P2 this time, and Hamilton in 3rd, Perez P4, followed by Sainz P5, Piastri P6, Lance Stroll P7, Gasly P8, Yuki Tsunoda P9, Ocon P10, Russell had fastest lap, and Charles Leclerc started from pole. Race 4 in Singapore was a win for Fernando Alonso. And what's this, his first win since 2013 or 2012? Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the podium 11 years or 12 years later. Fernando, I'm not podium, to the top step of the podium actually, as he wins in Singapore. And for some reason, the Aston Martin's really good on these slow speed tracks. Carlos Sainz finishes P2 with Charles Leclerc in 3rd, Russell's 4th, Hamilton 5th, Perez 6th, Lance Stroll 7th, Ocon P8, Tsunoda P9, Gasly P10. Gasly also had the fastest lap, and Fernando Alonso started from pole. The sprint race in Circuit of the Americas was won by Carlos Sainz, as Norris finished P2 and Russell was 3rd, Alonso P4, Hamilton 5th, Leclerc 5th, Hamilton 6th, Perez P7, and Lance Stroll P8. The main race in Circuit of the Americas was won by Lando Norris. He's back to the top step of the podium with Oscar Piastri P2 and Hamilton P3. Perez finished 4th, followed by Sainz 5th, Leclerc 6th, Alonso P7, Gasly P8, Tsunoda doing pretty good in P9, Ocon P10. Norris had fastest lap, but Piastri actually started from pole, but unfortunately could not convert. Race 6 in Mexico was won by Lando Norris again. He's doing pretty good in this simulation, as Oscar Piastri finishes P2 and George Russell finishes 3rd. Hamilton finishes P4, followed by Charles Leclerc P5, Carlos Sainz P6, Gasly P7, Stroll P8, Tsunoda P9, Ricciardo P10. Norris had fastest lap, and Sergio Perez actually started from pole, but I think he DNF'd because he didn't finish in the top 10 here. The Brazil sprint race was won by Lando Norris with Alonso P2 and Lewis Hamilton P3. Charles Leclerc finished 4th, followed by Perez 5th, Sainz 6th, George Russell 7th, and Oscar Piastri P8. And the feature race in Brazil was won by Lando Norris with Fernando Alonso in P2 and George Russell in 3rd. Charles Leclerc finished 4th, pretty good for him, followed by Lewis Hamilton 5th, Carlos Sainz 6th. Like I said, these cars are regular performance. Perez doing his normal thing, finishing worst of the best, I guess you can say. P7, Yuki Tsunoda P8, Stroll 9th, Gasly 10th, Charles Leclerc had fastest lap, and George Russell started from pole. Race 8 in Las Vegas was Charles Leclerc's 3rd win in this simulation, as he takes P1 with Lando Norris in P2 and Oscar Piastri, I spelled his name wrong, oh my goodness, in P3. Carlos Sainz finished 4th, followed by Russell P5. Sergio Perez P6, Lewis Hamilton P7, Yuki Tsunoda P8, Stroll P9, Albon P10, Charles Leclerc at fastest lap, and surprisingly, Fernando Alonso started from pole, and he DNF'd because he clearly didn't finish in the top 10. That sucks, Fernando. The Qatar sprint race was won by Lando Norris with Piastri P2 and George Russell 3rd. Alonso was 4th, followed by Perez 5th, Sainz 6th, Hamilton 7th, and Charles Leclerc in P8. And the main race in Qatar was won by Lando Norris again. He's doing really, really well in this simulation with Piastri P2 and Alonso back on the podium in P3. Sainz with 4th, followed by Perez 5th, Charles Leclerc 6th, Mercedes 7th and 8th. Honestly, they've been a lot more disappointing than I thought they would be. Lance Stroll P9, Gasly P10, Norris had fastest lap and pole, and he also won the Qatar sprint race. He had the perfect weekend, I'm not gonna lie. And the last race here in Abu Dhabi was won by Lando Norris as he took P1 with Oscar Piastri in P2 and Sainz P3. Charles Leclerc finished 4th, followed by Hamilton 5th, Alonso 6th, George Russell P7, Sergio Perez P8, Stroll P9, Gasly P10, and Norris ended off the year with fastest lap pole and the win, and he had back-to-back Grand Slams to end the year. But yeah, guys, let's take a look at the final points tally for the rest of the season. The driver standings ended up like this, with Lando Norris in P1 with 213 points. So that would have actually given him the real championship in real life if you tally up his points before this simulation. So tally up his points from right now to Spa. Lando Norris would be winning the world title, obviously, without Max Verstappen. Charles Leclerc, he would keep his P2, so he's doing actually pretty solid right now. Oscar Piastri taking 128 points. I believe that would help him keep his P3 as well, which is very exciting. Good job, Oscar Piastri. Yes, he would be keeping his P3, and Carlos Sainz would be keeping his P4, which, I mean, is P5, but you take out Verstappen, Sainz would be keeping his P4. Alonso finished P5 in this, which would actually put him up into P8 in real life. Good job, Fernando. Very exciting there. George Russell finished P6. That would just put him into P7. Lewis Hamilton in this simulation finished P7, but he would be keeping his P6 or P5 in real life. So good job there, Lewis Hamilton, without Verstappen. Sergio Perez, P8. Yeah, he was all right. He would be keeping his P6, P7 in real life, but not very good in the simulation. Honestly, I'm not even surprised. He was, like I said, worst of the best teams, so that's just what Sergio Perez does. Lance Stroll actually did pretty good. He got 44 points in the Aston Martin, and he got a couple podiums in this simulation, so that's actually quite impressive for Lance Stroll. He's P9, and Gasly actually best of the rest in P10, I guess. I mean, Alonso scored 118 points, so Stroll's 44, but you know what? We don't talk about that. On the other side, we have Yuki Tsunoda in P11 with 17 points. He smacked Daniel Ricciardo, by the way. Esteban Ocon had 6 points in 12th. Albon had 2 points in 13th. And the last point scorer of the simulation was Daniel Ricciardo in 14th with 1 point. Hulkenberg, K-Mag, Bottas, Zhou, Sargent, and obviously Verstappen, who was me, and I DNF'd every race, all scored absolutely 0 points. They sucked. I'm surprised Haas did so bad because Hulkenberg and K-Mag are actually pretty good drivers. I guess the F1 gamers doesn't rate the car very high. And in terms of the constructors' standings, let's see how this wraps up. McLaren, I mean, they are pretty close to Red Bull in real life. They're probably like 40, 50 points behind. But, I mean, in this simulation, they scored like 250 more points than them. So McLaren would be winning the Constructors title, obviously, without Max Verstappen. They scored 341 points. Ferrari keep their P2 with Mercedes keeping their third. Aston Martin is once again still behind Mercedes. Red Bull has just Perez's points, so I mean, like, oh well, I'm sure Verstappen would have won all 10 races. Alpine are in 6th in this simulation. VCarb at P7, Williams P8, Haas P at 9, unfortunately no points, and Stake also no points to finish P at 10. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's simulation. If you did enjoy and you want to see more experiments just like this one, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, join the Discord, links in the description down below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.